What is going on, everyone? It's your guy, Cole Jackson, back here in the Russell Street Report film room on Two Guys Watching Football. If you guys are looking forward to seeing Devin Duvernay, all of his targets broken down, his key special teams play, hit the like button. Hit subscribe if you're new here. Check out the Patreon page if you want to support the channel. Duvernay, what an exciting revelation, we'll call it. This has been. And I mean, I'll own up. If you guys follow me on Twitter, you saw me own up to it. I was down on Duvernay. He's proved me wrong. Each week he's making me eat my own words. He's up to 8 catches on 8 targets, 121 yards, 15.1 yards per target, which is absurd. Small sample, but absurd. And then he's also had 3 first downs and 3 touchdowns, as well as a kick return TD and a 43-yard punt return TD. Not TD, 43-yard punt return. So just making key plays in on the offense and in special teams. We'll look at everything tonight. We're going to look at all of his targets, those 2 key special teams plays. It's just going to be fun. So let's get right into it. The Jets game, we're going to take a look at basically all of his targets. So even though this one's a quick little hitch, you're basically going to see him run a little 4-yard hitch, turn inwards. What I like about this play design is you're going to get Andrews here, who's going to motion and then run a little flat. And what that does is it pulls this defender towards Andrews and basically gives Duvernay a little window against CJ Mosley here as the linebacker comes this way in zone coverage. So let's run it, and then we'll take a look at Duv. So there's the little hitch. And so what I nothing major on this play. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on it, but what I like is Lamar Jackson doing what he does so well. So you're going to see when he turns, is an inward curl. Defender breaking here. Lamar just takes advantage of the pass window, throws it to the back shoulder. And so Duvernay has to come back across his body to make the catch, and he does. And that's just being a reliable player is what I think is helping Duvernay. And we're going to get in that to a little bit in the touchdown catches. But you can tell Lamar Jackson trusts Devin Duvernay, and that's big for some of the things we've seen from other guys like Miles Boykin, who never seem to be able to earn that trust. So just to see Duvernay have it so early should be very exciting. So we're going to have Duvernay here in the inner slot. You have Mark Andrews here. Andrews is basically going to run a little bit of a pick, and Duvernay is going to run a quick out. And it's just kind of that quick little, right here, see? The quick little. And so what I like about this one and what it shows for Duv is just that skill set, right? This is something that, not everyone has a guy on their team playing receiver that isn't a gadget guy that can do this. And that's what Devin Duvernay has really done this year, has become not just a gadget guy. So he's just going to run this really effective play against zone because he doesn't have anyone manned up on him. So Duv's going to run right out there. Mark Andrews is going to set his pick. And Duv just rolls off of it, uses some yak, extra yards. So those were, I think, the only 2 catches he had this year that wasn't for a first down or for a touchdown, which is just absurd. Here we're going to have Duvernay on the outside of the bunch here. You got Likely here and Mark Andrews here. And not a whole lot to this one. This is the touchdown in the Jets game. So let's watch it and we'll come back, break it down. So you're going to see just a quick speed release and Devin Duvernay get up for this ball. And this is what I mean by, we didn't see a whole lot of these passes from Lamar Jackson, just him trusting a guy. But he's just going to use his explosive speed. He doesn't even really use a release here. He's off the line of scrimmage. So we kind of have the corner up here in a jam situation, but because he's back in a more of a Z alignment, you got Andrews on the line here, and then on the back side of the line, you have another guy. So he's just literally going to outrun him. And Lamar trusts him, and Devin Duvernay high points the ball. I don't have a great angle on the catch, but you can see it right here. He gets up for that ball. Again, we haven't seen a lot of that in Baltimore, so really impressive stuff here. And then we're going to get Duv again, exact same alignment as the last play. That's Prochet, that's Mark Andrews. You got Bateman over here. Let's run it, then we'll come back. A little bit of an unnecessary jump there. So you're going to basically get just a deep cross. He's going to run up and just break. I mean, not a whole lot. This is just his speed, right? This safety just really, really botched this play. So right here, he's back there. You're going to get Duve coming up this way and break it inwards. There he goes. Like that, runs it right in, and then up for the ball. Don't think he had to jump there, but he did. And he secures it. So that's all that matters. So that's the Jets game. I mean, you're feeling really good after week one. Now we're going to get into the Dolphins game. So he is going to be, I think he's in the middle of the bunch here. Let's run the play and then we'll come back, break it down. Ricard's going to motion, stay in pass protection. No, he's on the outside of the bunch. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. So we got Bateman here on the line of scrimmage. We got Devin Duvernay off. Ricard's going to motion and then sit down and pass pro here. So even though he started in the bunch, you'll notice a lot of Duvernay's catches came out of this bunch. It's something the Ravens have used a ton of this year. And you're going to see Miami drop back in cover 3. So you got Xavier Howard here. You got the safety in the middle, the other corner here. And Duvernay does a nice little job of just bending his in-breaking route because he's going to come up like this, break it in, and he just gets into the dead zone in between the cover 3 safety but over the heads of the linebackers. So let's see how he does this. This is just good, not even good route running because he's not really running a route against anyone. It's good zone coverage awareness. So as he starts to break right here, he knows that if he gets here, he's going to be in front of this safety who's looking at Bateman and over these guys' heads. So Lamar just has to drop it in. And that's exactly where he goes. Right here into the ocean against the zone coverage. Lamar anticipates it. And again, he high points the ball and gets up for it. Even though he's an undersized dude, he gets up for the ball. Really good anticipatory throw by Lamar. See, Lamar's throwing, he's just starting to break. And Lamar's going to cock and throw right there. Right into the dead zone. So just trusting Duvernay. And I think that's a key theme that I want you guys to think about is how much you can see that trust. So once again, we have a bunch. There's Ricard going in motion. You have Duvernay here, Bateman here. I believe that's Josh Oliver up at the top. Patriots. Dolphins are going to play cover 1 here. So you have back here. Let's run it through. So you got the other guys in man coverage. So you got one set of man, and Duvernay right here. So not too much to this play. This is actually, you're going to see right here, he's going to take that hit, and this is what causes the concussion. Let's run it back through one more time. I know you guys wanted me to run the clips a little bit more so you guys can see the play in full speed. There, he's just going to run a little in-breaking route. So what I like is he runs his route right up at the corner and kind of gets the corner to freeze a little bit, and that gives him enough to break. So just running this right at him right here. See how he's still kind of running up into him, and that's kind of freezing the corner, and then he breaks. So, I mean, call it good route running, whatever you want to call it, but he creates that little separation there. He's pretty free, and Lamar delivers it, leads him, safety steps up, hits that blow. We're going to look at his kickoff return and his punt return at the end, so just stay tuned for that. Now we get into the Patriots game. So let's skip forward to the play. Here we have Justice Hill motioning in. What do you know? We have another bunch. Duvernay is on the far side. I believe that's Isaiah Likely here and Mark Andrews here. I'm pretty sure it's Likely. And you're going to get the Devin McCourty up here playing cover 1. So again, another cover 1 man look. And just a nasty play against Jalen Mills. If you guys watched my breakdown against before the Patriots game, I talked about Jalen Mills against these speed releases. He really struggled. He struggles when you release wide on him, and I think it's because he's a more physical dude. So he wants more split releases where he gets that chance where you kind of parallel your feet here at the line of scrimmage, and he can deploy his line, get his hands on you. But you'll see Duvernay basically do a double up. So he's going to come up to the line of scrimmage, and then he's going to go step, and then break it back inside. And we saw Bateman do this on his touchdown against the Dolphins. So right there, step, and you can see Mills is forced to commit to the outside, and then Devin Duvernay sets that up, comes back inside. And look at the separation. Mills literally turned the other way. And just easy completion. Again, Lamar trusts him. He catches the balls when it's thrown to him. Easy first down. Just a great play. that double up release is just a thing of beauty. And now we're going to get to the touchdown. So what do you know? We got a little bit of a bunch here. We're missing the third player, but you got Mark Andrews and Duvernay. I believe they were trying to run a little bit of a crisscross off one another. Basically, one was supposed to set up a rub if it's zone, but you're going to get this against man. So this guy is going to cover Devin Duvernay. We'll run it through and then come back and look at it. And I mean, there's not a lot to this one. This is just his explosiveness off the line of scrimmage. Watch him explode. Just boom. No wasted movement. Again, high points the ball. Lamar Jackson trusts him. I went and grabbed the broadcast version of... So here, we'll kind of watch this through. So this is the broadcast version. Watch him high point. Look at that. 2 hands in after controlling that ball. And then you see it there. And once again, you can see that little shard of grass. It just feels like it's been so long since the Ravens made plays like this in the back of the end zone. So just really impressive stuff from him. Now we obviously get to what we know from him when he came onto the Ravens, and that is his special teams return ability. So this is the first play of the game on offense for the Ravens. And so one thing I do want to highlight, Patrick Ricard makes a key block here. He basically blocks 2 guys, right? So he's going to absolutely demolish this guy, and he basically blocks him into the other cover man, who Justice Hill, that's his man up here. And so as Hill's going into him, you see Ricard pushing one Dolphin into the other. And, I mean, it doesn't take him out, but this creates this little seam. And so the vision by Devin Duvernay here. So you can see Duvernay coming up into the alley. I think most people would expect him to go straight up, right? And he just kind of anticipates the whole opening here. He knows that Patrick Ricard has outside leverage here. He's taking that guy away. He knows he's going to get by 44. He's come too low on him. And then if he goes up here, you have a chase down here. So, I mean, who knows what happens when you get up here, but you have to work off this block. You got inside leverage, here, and Duvernay breaks it outside. And that's just that really impressive vision to do that at such a high speed. Malik Harrison gives him enough, and Devin Duvernay outruns, breaks a little bit of a tackle there. So just super impressive. Now we're going to get into the punt return. I only have broadcast for this, but this was the 43-yard punt return. So just, first of all, absolute phenomenal block here on Matt Slater. That's the guy that makes the special teams Pro Bowl for the AFC every year. They just completely turn him around and own him. And Duvernay just doing what he does. Again, he's going to take the sideline, but then cut inside, get some space, running through gaps. The punter gets just enough to get him out of bounds. So really impressive stuff. Let's go wrap it up. So, I mean, you guys can see it there. There's obviously some natural rapport, some trust with Lamar Jackson. You just don't see him throw up those kind of deep shots, trusting Duve to go up and get him, and Duve keeps, getting rewarded by getting those scores. So very exciting, seeing that diverse skill set, all the things he can do. If you guys like this breakdown, if you guys are excited for more Devin Duvernay, hit the like button, subscribe if you guys are new here, and check out the Patreon page. That's all I have for you guys today. Be good to yourselves, be good to each other.